The story unfolds as the female reporter April is trying hard to follow a worker to dig up more details about the incident that just occurred at the docks. The witness recounts that about 10 strangers stormed in broad daylight, used firepower to threaten and force everyone to lie down, and then took away some type of contraband. April continuously asks questions and carefully writes down the information, but more than an hour passes without finishing, making her accompanying colleague, Vern, visibly frustrated and urging her to hurry up because they are about to be late for another filming. Therefore, April has to follow Vern to attend a rather dull morning fitness program. She seems bored, wondering if this is why her parents put her through school all those years just to do such meaningless work now. April's dream is to become a renowned reporter. After finishing the job, Vern invites her to eat, but she refuses, and then decides to go back to investigate the unfinished case from the morning. In a rather surprising way, April gets the worker's contact number and calls to ask for more information. This person arranges for her to go to the docks to meet an acquaintance, promising to reveal the whole truth. While riding her bike on the way there, April accidentally hears sounds coming from the shipping containers ahead. It is the Foot Clan, the criminal group causing chaos in the city. She immediately calls her colleagues for help, but no one responds. "I guess I will handle it myself then," she tells herself. April quickly sneaks inside and discovers this group is stealing chemicals from the docks. She is about to pull out her phone to record as evidence, but the low light makes filming ineffective. Suddenly, a shadowy figure appears, flickering in and out of sight, and then quickly overwhelms the Foot Clan, leaving them with no time to react. Before they can understand what is happening, a container suddenly flies towards them, turning the situation into chaos. The female commander panics and immediately orders her subordinates to retreat. Returning home, April excitedly recounts to her roommate what she just witnessed. She believes that a mysterious knight stepped in to fight against the Foot Clan. This is exclusive information. If published, her career could advance quickly. However, her friend just stares in wide-eyed surprise, not understanding what April is saying. When she retells it to her boss and colleagues, no one believes the story, assuming she is making it up to get attention. April feels extremely frustrated when she tells the truth and no one believes her. On the other side, at the Foot Clan's base after returning, the female commander recounts the incident to Shredder with a face still full of anxiety. They have never faced an opponent like that. From appearance to strength, they far exceed normal humans. Shredder appears disbelieving, considering it just an excuse for weakness. He orders them to find and eliminate this person at all costs in order to gain control of the city. Meanwhile, April is filming at a ceremony honoring a major contributor to the CINEKID, RecapsX. He is a young scientist with many significant contributions. In the past, his laboratory was attacked by the Foot Clan, resulting in the total loss of all the projects and the scientists inside. RecapsX declares he will put an end to this criminal group's activities and bring peace to the city. April quickly approaches him and realizes that her father was also one of the scientists lost in that event. On the way back, April and Vern come across the sight of panicked citizens fleeing from a train station. Out of curiosity, she gets out of the car and heads inside to investigate. It turns out the Foot Clan has appeared, taking many innocent people hostage to force the mysterious group of knights to show themselves. April silently observes, but is suddenly subdued by a guy from behind and taken into the hostage-holding area. Without any fear, she still tries to record with her phone, catching the female commander's attention, who immediately directs her firepower at her. Right at that moment, a voice echoes from afar, the lights go out, and chaotic sounds erupt. The female commander is knocked back, while her subordinates are quickly subdued and tied up in a row. In the flickering light, April tries to record these rare moments. After handling the situation, the mysterious people leave through another way, while the citizens quickly escape. As the mysterious group of figures is celebrating, the flash from April's camera suddenly goes off, catching their attention. Realizing the situation is bad, she immediately intends to leave but is pulled backward by a rope. A large silhouette approaches and demands she hand over the camera. April notices that this person's foot only has 2 toes, clearly not human. From above, another figure jumps down, looking calmer and friendlier. Upon realizing that the creature in front of her looks like a turtle, April is completely stunned and faints. When April wakes up, she is shocked to realize that 4 turtles are standing right in front of her. Trying to stay calm, she speaks up to ask about their identities. "Who are you guys?" A voice replies humorously, "If you really want to know, then we are ready to share. We are incredibly adorable and attractive turtles." The red, masked turtle, Raphael, clearly shows his annoyance with April and is about to smash her phone, but is stopped by Leonardo, the blue, masked turtle. He explains that Donatello has deleted all the data on the device, leaving no evidence whatsoever, so they can just let this matter go. It is time for them to leave, and before going, they warn April absolutely not to reveal what she has seen, otherwise they will come back for her. Hearing these names, April feels something very familiar. but cannot remember it for the moment. Returning home, April rummages through the documents in the cabinet to find the files related to the laboratory, then takes out an old camcorder. While rewatching the tape of her father's lab, she suddenly realizes that those 4 turtles are her childhood pets. They were named after Renaissance painters Raphael, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and there was also the rat Splinter. Realizing this truth makes April so emotional that she bursts into tears. On the other side, the Ninja Turtles rush back to their base, because if their master discovers they went up to the surface, the consequences will be severe. They are all trying to move very quietly when Splinter suddenly appears behind them. The atmosphere instantly becomes tense. Afterward, they are reprimanded by their master and ordered into the room to reflect on their actions. The next day, April enthusiastically presents to her boss about what she has witnessed, but when she mentions that the mysterious knight is actually giant mutant turtles who can communicate, her boss completely loses patience, thinking she is making up stories. As a result, April is fired on the spot. Meanwhile, Splinter is trying to force the Ninja Turtles to recount last night's events, but they firmly remain silent. He then uses a tempting pizza to test them. Despite trying to appear resolute, hunger makes Michelangelo unable to keep the secret, and he recounts the whole story. After listening, Splinter realizes the situation is not simple at all. Even though his students try to reassure him that everything has been handled fine, he still worries that April is the one in danger. Therefore, he orders them to find her at all costs and bring her back here. At the same time, April seeks out RecapsX to ask for more information. He tells her about the research project named Renaissance that he once worked on with her father. In the 9th century in Japan, there was a cruel warlord who once wreaked havoc by poisoning the water supply, plunging society into a dark period with rampant disease, similar to what the Foot Clan is causing. Later, an alchemist appeared and found a cure. RecapsX says that he and April's father tried to recreate that method, developing a compound capable of stimulating regeneration at the cellular level. If the city is attacked with chemicals, this compound could reverse the effects and save lives. The turtles were the test subjects, and that precious compound still exists in their bodies. However, after the incident years ago, he thought the experiment had failed, and these creatures were no more. Upon learning that April was the one who saved them, RecapsX gives her a business card and tells her that if she needs help, she should contact him anytime. That evening, April receives a message from the Ninja Turtles, asking to meet her, but requiring her to go alone. Upon arriving, she is suddenly surrounded by them, blindfolded, and taken away. In front of her afterward is Splinter. April immediately recognizes this as the familiar rat from years ago. Splinter softly says, "Hello April, long time no see." In another development, RecapsX seeks out the leader of the Foot Clan. At this moment, the truth is revealed. He is not merely a scientist, but has been secretly collaborating with this organization all along. RecapsX reveals that the turtles from the laboratory years ago still exist. If they can be captured, the plan he has harbored for many years can become a reality. The Foot Clan will gain superior power, while he will acquire wealth and control of the city. And the worrying thing is that April has unintentionally been used by him to track down their whereabouts. Back with the Ninja Turtles, Splinter begins to tell April about that fateful night years ago. As usual, RecapsX proceeded to inject the compound, while April's father was responsible for checking the experimental metrics. When everything fell silent, he suddenly heard an argument, followed by the smell of smoke and warning alarms ringing everywhere. Realizing the dark intentions of his partner, April's father immediately burned down the lab to erase all traces of the research. He accepted sacrificing himself to stop the plan of the mastermind behind the Foot Clan. At that time, the little rat fell into a state of panic, but then April appeared like a miracle and rescued them. Afterward, they lived under the sewer system until they found a safer shelter. Gradually, the mutated compound in their bodies began to create strange changes. Splinter cared for, raised, and trained the turtles like his own children. These creatures were fascinated by the modern world above, constantly yearning to explore it. However, due to their different appearance, they feared being ostracized, so they had to learn to protect themselves both physically and mentally. By chance, Splinter picked up a book on ninja martial arts, from which he taught himself, and then passed the teachings on to his children. The Ninja Turtles progressed rapidly, and when they were capable enough to face challenges, he handed the leadership sword to Leonardo. Everything they have and who they have become stems from April's brave action that night. She is the one who brought them freedom. The whole group bows simultaneously to express their gratitude, treating April as a special benefactor. Splinter continues to explain that the leader of the Foot Clan raised RecapsX, causing him to be deeply influenced by dark ambitions and willing to do anything to serve him. The head of the organization is Shredder, an extremely dangerous opponent who will stop at nothing. Meanwhile, the Ninja Turtles are still inexperienced, and the very compound in their bodies is what Shredder is targeting. Just as April realizes something is wrong, It is too late. The business card RecapsX gave her was actually a tracking device. In a split second, the Foot Clan's forces storm in and destroy the underground hideout. With no other choice, Splinter and the Ninja Turtles immediately confront the enemy. With masterful skills, Splinter can fend off multiple attackers at once even without equipment. The Ninja Turtles team also quickly joins in, trying to repel the attack. Right then, Shredder appears in a modern suit of armor, directly aiming to capture the Turtles. Splinter does not allow that to happen, and immediately confronts him. Thanks to his agility, he dodges many initial attacks, but the disparity in equipment gradually puts him at a disadvantage, and he is defeated. Leonardo tries to rush over to assist, but is blocked by enemy forces. The situation becomes critical, so April rushes in to intervene, creating an opportunity to relieve Splinter. However, to ensure his students' safety, he decides to stay behind to hold off Shredder, accepting to face him alone to buy time for them to retreat. However, things do not go as smoothly as planned. After overpowering Splinter, Shredder uses him as a hostage to apply pressure. With no other choice, the Ninja Turtle brothers are forced to lay down their weapons and accept being subdued. Right after that, the Foot Clan's henchmen appear, using electrical devices to control them, and then taking them away. Only Raphael, due to being trapped under the rubble, is not captured with his brothers. When April comes back to look for Splinter, she discovers him buried under large rocks and in a very dangerous condition. Raphael immediately takes him to the medical area for first aid. While weakened, Splinter demands that Raphael must go save his brothers and stop Shredder at all costs. To help, April calls Vern to come drive them to RecapsX's place. Meanwhile, the three Ninja Turtles are held captive in a glass chamber. The Foot Clan has prepared a laboratory to extract biological samples from them for research. Their plan is to release a dangerous substance throughout the city, severely affecting the citizens. Then, RecapsX's company will step in with a cure created from the very special substance in the Ninja Turtles' bodies, helping him achieve both fame and power. Just as everything is being rolled out, Raphael, April, and Vern unexpectedly storm the base. After bypassing the security detail, they head deep inside, triggering the alarm system. RecapsX quickly takes a portion of the sample and leaves to continue the plan. Raphael appears just in time, but as he is about to break the glass chamber, Shredder shows up and stops him. A tense confrontation takes place, but Raphael is no match for him and quickly falls into a disadvantage. Meanwhile, April takes the opportunity to rescue the other three Ninja Turtles. Upon waking up, they quickly escape captivity and shatter the protective glass. Regaining their spirits, the group immediately assists Raphael and then pursues Shredder together. The guards try to stop them but are quickly bypassed. After that, the group sets out to stop RecapsX's plan. According to the assignment, April and Vern will find a way to recover the compound, while the four Ninja Turtles will confront Shredder. In the worst-case scenario, April must bring the compound back to save Splinter. At this point, the plan to release the dangerous substance has been activated, forcing the Ninja Turtles to go all out to stop it. Despite having the advantage in numbers, they still face difficulty against Shredder's superior strength and are overpowered one by one. However, they quickly change tactics, coordinating more closely instead of attacking individually. Thanks to the seamless teamwork, they gradually regain control of the battle, and Raphael delivers a decisive blow that knocks Shredder down below. But Shredder quickly returns and continues to counterattack with mechanical blades. Just as Donatello finishes dealing with the hazardous substance dispersal system, Shredder destroys the upper structure, making the situation extremely critical. The Ninja Turtles have to use all their strength to hold it up to avoid a disaster for the city. Right then, April appears with the compound in her hands to cause a distraction. Shredder immediately lunges forward to seize it. Seeing April in danger, the whole group rushes in to assist, leading to a precarious hanging situation. Leonardo throws his sword at Shredder, creating an opportunity for April to deliver a decisive push, causing him to fall from his position. Finally, after much effort, the Ninja Turtles successfully thwart the plot and protect the city. They use the compound to save Splinter, and everyone pulls through safely. As for April, she decides to keep the secret about her special friends, not letting personal fame affect them. The movie ends here. Thank you for watching.